Hello, Cule family, like and subscribe to the channel to know everything about Barcelona. In this video, we have 3 very important updates on our beloved club. Let's move on to the first one. From the vibrant heart of our beloved club, where passion for football flows in every corner and where the academy is our greatest treasure, news has arrived that fills us with pride and reaffirms our conviction. Barcelona has categorically rejected an offer for Fermin Lopez, our young talent who continues to shine at the camp. Let it be known, especially in England, that our diamonds are not for sale at just any price. It has been revealed that Arsenal, under the direction of Mikel Arteta, was prepared to pay the considerable sum of €60 million for Fermin, an amount that might seem tempting to many, but which, for us who know the value of our academy and the potential of our players, is simply insufficient. Our president, Joan Laporta, has been categorical in declaring that Fermin will not leave for that amount, a firm statement that reassures us and fills us with pride. To take Fermin away from Barcelona, only an offer exceeding €90 million will be considered. This is how we defend homegrown talent. This firm stance demonstrates the club's commitment to its young values and the long-term vision we have for building a legendary team. Additionally, our new ambitious coach, Hansi Flick, is also attempting to block the departure of this young player who continues to grow exponentially at the camp. Flick knows what he has in his hands and is not ready to let him go. Most importantly, Fermin has always shown his unwavering commitment to the club. His attitude, dedication in every match, and love for the Blaugrana colors are an example to all. He wants to triumph here, at Barcelona, and that, Cules, is priceless. But why is the decision to reject this offer for Fermin Lopez so crucial, so exciting, and above all, a masterstroke for our Barcelona? Allow me to detail the reasons that drive me to overflowing enthusiasm and should ignite the enthusiasm of every true Cule, making the skin tingle at the mere thought. First, his technical quality, dynamism, and ability to reach the opposing surface are qualities that fit perfectly into our unshakable style of play. Fermin is not just a midfield relay player. He is a player who arrives with a flair for goals, with that innate ability to break lines from midfield and surprise opposing defenses with his incursions. His energy on the field, his skill in dribbling in tight spaces, and his vision for the final pass make him a modern, complete offensive midfielder with a bright future ahead. In a game where midfield is the engine and brain of the team, having a player with his ability to generate danger, join the attack intelligently, and finish actions with precision is vital for our style of play, a style that seeks possession to attack, pressure after loss, and verticality to be lethal in every action. While other teams obsess over possession without depth, we develop talents that transform the game into magic and goals. Secondly, his youth and immense potential for growth are an invaluable treasure. At just 21 years old, Fermin Lopez is already a proven reality in the top category of Spanish football. Despite his short trajectory in the first team, he has demonstrated his worth in a high-pressure environment and has exceeded expectations every time he has had the opportunity, without faltering in important moments. Imagine what he can become under the tutelage of our new brilliant coach, Hansi Flick, and surrounded by the demand and excellence of Barcelona, the club with a unique style in the world, a style that shapes footballers to reach their maximum level. His progression has no limits here. He will find the perfect environment to refine his skills, learn from the best, and become a reference in his position at a global level, a figure who will mark an era in our midfield. Refusing to sell him for €60 million is a strategic investment that ensures us a decade of midfield control, creativity, offensive leadership, and, of course, many more titles for our trophy cabinets. His winning mentality, boundless ambition, and desire to surpass are characteristics that fit perfectly with the values of our club, those that have led us to the summit time and time again. Finally, and this is what fills us with the most pride, we the Cules at heart, his unwavering commitment to the club and his love for the Blaugrana colors are an added value that cannot be measured in euros. Fermin has always shown authentic love for Barcelona. Every time he steps onto the field, he does so with an intensity, dedication, and desire to win that are worthy of admiration. He has been patient, worked hard, and taken advantage of every minute given to him. He has never raised his voice, never caused problems, always put the team before his personal interests, demonstrating exemplary maturity. This professionalism and commitment are qualities lacking in today's football and are essential in a squad like ours, where unity, humility, and team spirit are fundamental to achieving glory. Keeping a player who feels the colors in this way, who has grown in the style of LAMINE, is a wise decision in every respect. Joan Laporta's stance, being categorical in rejecting the €60 million and setting Fermin's departure price at over €90 million, is an act of bravery and future vision that we must applaud. It is a clear signal that Barcelona is not ready to sell off its jewels, that it has learned from past mistakes, and that it values its talents as they deserve. This decision sends a strong message to the market. Our players are not cheap commodities, and if someone wants to take one of our jewels, they will have to pay what they are truly worth. This is how we defend the heritage of our club. Furthermore, Hansi Flick's involvement in blocking Fermin's departure is excellent news and reaffirms his commitment to the project. Our new coach, a brilliant and demanding strategist, has recognized Fermin's potential and considers him a key piece for his scheme. Flick knows that a player with Fermin's versatility, quality, and energy is fundamental for the high-intensity and pressing football he wants to implement at Barcelona. The situation with Arsenal, who were ready to pay €60 million, only underscores the quality and recognition that Fermin already has in Europe. But Barcelona's ability to develop and retain the best talents in the world is unmatched. Our La Masia is the envy of the world, an inexhaustible factory of footballers who understand our style of play from a young age. The second piece of news concerns an important decision in our club. Barcelona, always attentive to the most promising movements in the football landscape, has received a proposal that has set our management to work with enthusiasm. Lucas Beraldo has been offered to our club. This young and promising Brazilian central defender, who currently plays for PSG, is being evaluated by our offices at the camp with great interest. And what is even more exciting is that our new visionary coach, Hansi Flick, has already given his approval for the operation. This is a step forward in continuing to build an unstoppable Barca. Lucas Beraldo arrived at PSG as a bet for the future during the winter market of 2024. The young Brazilian defender, aged just 21, landed in Paris after a deal valued at €20 million and with the expectation of becoming a key piece in the defense. However, his adaptation to European football has not been straightforward, and his performances have raised doubts in the moments he has had opportunities, a situation which, for us Queules, is a golden opportunity, not an obstacle. Where others see doubts, we see a rough diamond waiting to be polished by the unique style of our team. The Carioca central defender has had irregular performances at the Parisian club, showing inaccuracies and a lack of confidence in high-demand scenarios, especially in the Champions League. Despite his undeniable potential, the mistakes made in important matches have reduced his role within his coach's scheme, who has opted for more consolidated options in his defensive line. The competition within the Parisian team, added to his lack of immediate solidity, has reduced his chances of securing a place in the starting 11. But let no one be mistaken, this lack of experience is precisely what would allow us to incorporate him at a reasonable cost and mold him to perfection at the Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper under the supervision of Hansi Flick. From the Parisian club, it is acknowledged that the player still needs experience and quality minutes, something he will hardly have the opportunity to obtain at the Parc des Princes in the short term, with the pressure and demand of a team that seeks the Champions League at all costs. Therefore, the sporting management of PSG is already working on a loan that will allow him to gain experience in another competitive environment without losing sight of him. The intention is to find a destination where he can develop without the immediate pressure that comes with wearing the PSG shirt. And this is where Barcelona comes into play with our golden proposition. Various clubs from European leagues have inquired about his situation, aware of the talent he possesses. Despite his recent performance, in the offices of PSG, a definitive sale is not being considered for the moment, but a loan that ensures continuity is prioritized. Beraldo, for his part, is ready to take on the challenge of relaunching his career, aware that his immediate future depends on a new scenario where he can regain his form and demonstrate his true level. And this scenario, Queules, is the camp, the place where dreams become reality and where talents explode. But why is the arrival of Lucas Beraldo so crucial, so exciting, and above all, a masterstroke for our Barcelona? Allow me to detail the reasons that drive me to overflowing enthusiasm and should ignite the enthusiasm of every true Queule. First, his youth and immense potential for growth are an invaluable treasure. At just 21 years old, Lucas Beraldo has already shown himself to be a central defender with notable virtues, despite his brief and tumultuous stint in Paris. Imagine what he can become under the tutelage of a top-level strategist like Hansi Flick, a technician who knows defense to perfection and knows how to polish talents, especially those who integrate into an offensive and high-pressure style of play. Surrounded by the demand and excellence of Barcelona, the club with a unique style in the world, his progression has no limits. Here, he will find the perfect environment to learn from the best professionals and to become a reference in his position at a global level, a figure who will mark an era in our defense. He is the type of player who, with time and adequate confidence, can go from being a bet for the future to an undeniable reality. Investing in Beraldo is investing in a decade of defensive solidity, leadership in defense, and, of course, many more titles for our trophy cabinets. His winning mentality, humility, and desire to surpass are characteristics that fit perfectly with the values of our club, those that have led us to the summit time and time again. Secondly, his ability to play out from the back, tactical intelligence, and capacity to play from the defense are qualities that fit perfectly into Barcelona's philosophy. Lucas Beraldo is not just a central defender strong in individual duels. He is a defender with great technique, capable of playing the ball out with precision, breaking lines with vertical passes, and initiating play from the back. In modern football, where clean play out from the back is fundamental for building the attack and maintaining possession, having a central defender with this vision and ability to distribute play is an invaluable asset. His tactical intelligence allows him to position himself correctly, anticipate actions, and be a wall in defense. Additionally, his natural left-footedness would bring balance to our defensive line, a factor always highly valued in our scheme. These characteristics are exactly what Hansi Flick is looking for in the football he wants to implement in our team, a football of control, intelligent possession, pressure after loss, and quick transitions. Finally, the fact that Hansi Flick has given his approval is the definitive confirmation of Lucas Beraldo's value and that we are facing a logical recruitment. Our new coach, a brilliant, meticulous strategist with a clear vision of what the team needs to stay in the European elite, has seen in the young Brazilian the ideal profile to complete our defense and give it that touch of creativity that we sometimes lack. Flick, who knows perfectly the needs of a top-level defense for a dominant team, values his potential, adaptability, and ability to grow within a system. This demonstrates that Barcelona's sports planning is going in the right direction, seeking players who are not only talented but who fit perfectly into the coach's game idea and the culture of our club, this culture of effort, innovation, and hard work that makes us unique. If Hansi Flick wants him, it's because Lucas Beraldo is a central defender with a future and with the qualities to triumph at Barcelona. Lucas Beraldo's situation at PSG, which makes it difficult for him to have the quality minutes he needs for his development, turns into a golden opportunity for us. We could incorporate a talent with enormous potential at a reasonable cost if the management of PSG opens up to a loan with an option to buy. The third piece of news is a huge thunderclap at Barcelona. Barcelona is setting the stage for a recruitment that is much more than just an addition. It's a return home, a bet on identity, and a masterstroke that positions us at the top of the market. We are working to bring back Xavi Simons, yes, Kules, the young Dutch international. This midfielder with magic in his feet and a privileged game vision is an express and priority request from our new ambitious coach, Hansi Flick. This is a masterful chess move, a decisive action that brings us closer to greatness. The news gains even more strength as RB Leipzig, the club where Xavi has shown with his talent, has put him on the market, an opportunity that Barcelona cannot and should not miss, because Xavi Simons has always been in the plans and in the heart of our club. We remember his time at our academy, where he grew up, learned the philosophy of play, and left an indelible mark before moving through teams like PSV Eindhoven and PSG, and finally landing at the German club, where he exploded as a global star. But the story of Xavi and Barcelona is a love story, a bond that has never completely broken. And what is most exciting of all, what fills us with pride and makes us believe in this recruitment with all our strength, is that Xavi wants to return to Barca and shine with the Blaugrana jersey. He knows our home, our philosophy, the demand, and the affection of our supporters. His desire to return to the camp, to feel the warmth of our people again, is a determining factor that greatly facilitates the operation. Additionally, the interest of our talented academy player, Ansu Fati, could be the key to facilitating negotiations, an exchange that would benefit all parties and allow us to bring back one of our own. But why is the arrival of Xavi Simons so crucial, so exciting, and above all, a masterstroke for our Barcelona, propelling us towards a bright and glorious future? Allow me to detail the reasons that drive me to overflowing enthusiasm and should ignite the enthusiasm of every true Kuhl, making the skin tingle at the mere thought. First, his technical quality, game vision, and ability to unbalance in the final third of the field are qualities that fit perfectly into our unshakable style of play. Xavi Simons is not just a midfielder. He is a brain on the field, an exceptional passer, a skilled dribbler, and a player with an innate ability to generate danger, find spaces where others don't see them, and assist his teammates with precise passes. His tactical intelligence, ball control, and ability to play between the lines make him a modern, complete offensive midfielder with a bright future ahead. In a game where creativity and the final pass are fundamental to opening closed defenses, having a player with his ability to generate danger, join the attack intelligently, and make the right decisions in the final meters is vital for our style of play. With Xavi, we will have a conductor in midfield, a beacon of creativity that will guide us to victory. Secondly, his youth and immense potential for growth, added to his knowledge of our home, are an invaluable treasure. At just 21 years old, Xavi Simons is already a proven reality in the most demanding European leagues, demonstrating his worth at PSV and more recently at RB Leipzig. Imagine what he can become under the tutelage of our new brilliant coach, Hans Flick, who prioritizes young talent and tactical adaptability, surrounded by the demand and excellence of Barcelona, the club with a unique style in the world. His progression has no limits. Here, he will find the perfect environment to refine his skills, learn from the best, and become a reference in his position at a global level, a figure who will mark an era in our midfield. His return home also means an almost immediate adaptation to the club's dynamics, the philosophy of play, and the locker room. This is not an ordinary recruitment. It is the recovery of a talent who already knows our DNA, which accelerates his integration and performance. It is a strategic investment that ensures us a decade of creativity, offensive leadership, and, of course, many more titles for our trophy cabinets. His winning mentality, boundless ambition, and desire to surpass are characteristics that fit perfectly with the values of our club, those that have led us to the summit time and time again. Finally, the fact that Hansi Flick has given his approval is the definitive confirmation of Xavi Simons' value and that we are facing a logical and visionary recruitment. Our new coach, a brilliant, meticulous strategist with a clear vision of what the team needs to stay in the European elite, has seen in the young Dutchman the ideal profile to strengthen our midfield and give it that spark of creativity that we sometimes lack. Flick, who knows perfectly the needs of a dominant team, values his potential, his adaptability to different offensive roles, and his ability to grow within a high-pressure system. This demonstrates that Barcelona's sports planning is going in the right direction, seeking players who are not only talented but who fit perfectly into the coach's game idea and the culture of our club, this culture of effort, innovation, and hard work that makes us unique. If Hansi Flick wants him, it's because Xavi Simons is a midfielder with a future and with the qualities to triumph at Barcelona. The current situation at Leipzig, which has put Simons on the market, turns into a golden opportunity for us. Additionally, Leipzig's interest in Ansu Fati could be the key that unlocks the negotiations and facilitates this long-desired return. An exchange operation or a combination of transfer and loan could benefit all parties, allowing us to bring back a talent who already knows our home and wants to shine here. Our management, with its intelligence and experience in the market, knows how to capitalize on these situations in our favor, demonstrating once again its skill in negotiating and concluding complex operations. While other clubs despair over costly recruitments, we find intelligent and strategic solutions. Xavi's expressed desire to return to Barcelona and shine with the Blaugrana jersey is the most important and moving factor of this operation. It is a smart, strategic recruitment that fits perfectly into Flick's vision and the unshakable philosophy of our Barcelona. His youth, technical quality, game vision, ability to unbalance, and desire to return home make him an indispensable addition to consolidate our midfield, add an extra dose of creativity, and continue building a team that brings us back to the glory we deserve time and time again.